Hello class, good morning. So we are moving to lecture 3 on chapter 2, that is 5-year plans of India, goals and achievements. Okay, in this chapter we have studied what is economic planning, need for planning in India, two types of economic planning, that is directive and comprehensive, types of economies, that is capitalist, socialist and mixed economy. And we have already studied long period goals of planning in India. Now we are moving to next, that is short period goals, objectives. So first I just remind you long period goals. What are long period goals? Actually long period goals are common to all the 5-year plans and are therefore generally studied as common goals of 5-year plans, or you can say objectives of planning. Okay, and in that objectives we have studied that GDP growth, increase in GDP will lead to economic growth. Okay, as the growth of GDP will increase, the economic growth will also increase. We can say that there is an economic growth. So second one is full employment, that is the full employment. It is a social objective of planning. That is full employment, it refers to that situation when all the people who are able to work and willing to work at the market wage rate are getting work. That is the situation of full employment. So objective of full employment was to focus on the inclusive growth. Inclusive growth means active participation of all the people, more and more people. Okay, because when there is a more and more participation of all people, so it will increase the employment opportunities, and when employment opportunities will increase, so benefits of growth must be shared across wider sections of the society. It will remove the problem of poverty, it will remove the problem of unemployment. Okay, next one was the equitable distribution of equity. Equitable distribution of equity means, as you know, that economic growth will become a meaningless exercise if the benefits of growth occur to only a handful of people in the society. That is, if we are distributing income, or you can say distribution of benefits or whatever, so if benefits of the growth occur to only rich people, that is rich becomes richer and poor becomes poorer. रिच तो क्या है, इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं अपने लग्जरीज में, लेकिन जो पुअर हैं वो बेचारे अपनी बेसिक नीड्स भी पूरी नहीं कर पाते हैं. ठीक है, सो इक्विटेबल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होना चाहिए. ग्रोथ इस तरीके से होनी चाहिए कि उसमें ये नहीं देखा जाए कि रिच कौन है और पुअर कौन है. इट शुड बी इक्वल टू both the sections of the society. That is, benefits of growth must spread across all sections of the society so that the distribution of income becomes equitable. Okay, then after that we have studied modernization. Actually modernization means updation and adoption of modern technology in the process of growth. Okay, after that we have studied self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency means dependence on domestically produced goods, particularly food grains. So India should depend on domestically food grains. दैट जो फूड ग्रेन्स हमारे इंडिया में हो सके उसके लिए हमें दूसरों पे निर्भर ना रहना पड़े. जैसे आपने पढ़ा होगा सेल्फ सफिशिएंसी खूब चल रहा है, आत्मनिर्भर है ना. So basic idea was not to expose Indian economy to political pressure from rest of the world simply because we are dependent upon them for the supply of essential goods. Okay, so India wanted to be self-sufficient in food grain production to avoid the uncertainties of supply from rest of the world. Now after that we are going to start short period goals objective. So short period goals vary from plan to plan depending on current needs of the planning. आपको पता है कि जो लॉन्ग पीरियड गोल्स थे वो कॉमन थे, लेकिन जो शॉर्ट पीरियड गोल्स हैं ये क्या करते हैं, प्लान से प्लान ये चेंज करते रहते हैं ना. एक्चुअली जब फर्स्ट प्लान इनिशिएट हुआ था, व्हेन द फर्स्ट प्लान वाज इनिशिएटेड, द कंट्री वाज बैटलिंग सीवियर शॉर्टेज ऑफ फूड ग्रेन्स. उस टाइम पे फूड ग्रेन्स की बहुत ज़्यादा शॉर्टेज थी. अकॉर्डिंगली जो फर्स्ट प्लान फोकस था ऑन हायर एजुकेशन, हायर एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्शन एज अ प्रिंसिपल ऑब्जेक्टिव. सो फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल ऑब्जेक्टिव was a higher agricultural production of the first plan. So the first plan was focused on higher agricultural production due to shortage of food grains. Okay, second one, that is enthusiastic achievement of the first plan prompted the planners to shift the focus from agriculture to industry. जब उन्होंने वो प्लान को अचीव कर लिया तो प्लानर्स का क्या हुआ, शिफ्ट हो गया किससे, एग्रीकल्चर से इंडस्ट्री पे. अकॉर्डिंगली इंक्रीज इन इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन वॉज टेकन एज अ प्रिंसिपल ऑब्जेक्टिव ड्यूरिंग द सेकेंड प्लान. सो ड्यूरिंग सेकेंड प्लान द फोकस वॉज शिफ्टेड टू इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन. ओके, Next one, third plan emphasized the need for self-sufficiency in food grain production, while the fourth plan focused on price stability and fuller utilization of manpower. That is, third plan is for self-sufficiency in food grain production, that we have not import food grains from other countries. Okay, we should be self-dependent for food grains domestically. Okay, and fourth plan focused on price stability for fuller utilization of manpower. Okay, price should be stable, because if price will vary, then demand will also vary and it will lead to GDP fall. Okay, so that's why fourth plan led to focus on price stability and fuller utilization of manpower. Okay, next one is actually fifth and sixth plan focused on poverty, because poverty was the main problem in our Indian economy. So fifth and sixth plan focused on poverty. Seventh plan focused on creating employment opportunities. When poverty will remove, then it will create important employment opportunities. Okay, then after that, eighth plan also focused on full employment besides universalization of education. एजुकेशन का यूनिवर्सलाइजेशन किया, that is सबको पढ़ना चाहिए, है ना. Then objectives of ninth plan was growth, price stability and environment sustainability, because when environment will be sustainable, then we can use our resources also, है ना. 10th plan focused on need of better quality of life. Poverty reduction, job creation and protection of environment were the focus areas of 11th plan, and 12th plan stressed on sustainable as well as inclusive growth. So these are the plans. Okay, now I am just showing you the chart of planning. See here. Yes, see, plan and period. First plan is starting from April 1, 1951 to 9 March 31st, 1956. देखो, जो स्टार्टिंग के 3 प्लान्स थे ये बिल्कुल कंटिन्यूसली चलते रहे. 56 पे फिनिश हुआ, 56 पे स्टार्ट हुआ, 61 पे फिनिश हुआ, 61 पे स्टार्ट हुआ, 66 तक चला. 5 का गैप था. फर्स्ट प्लान का वो क्या था? इंक्रीज इन एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्शन और इक्विटेबल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ प्रोडक्शन इनकम एंड वेल्थ. सेकेंड प्लान का इंक्रीज इन इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन और डेवलपमेंट ऑफ हैवी इंडस्ट्री. थर्ड का था सेल्फ सफिशिएंसी इन फूड ग्रेन प्रोडक्शन, जनरेशन ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज एंड रिडक्शन इन इनइक्वालिटी. आफ्टर दिस देखो इसमें क्या हुआ, ये 3 प्लान्स के बाद में यहाँ पे 3 का गैप आया. 66 में हमारा थर्ड प्लान खत्म हुआ, लेकिन जो हमारा फोर्थ प्लान स्टार्ट हुआ वो 67 में होना था, लेकिन 67 में नहीं होके वो किस में हुआ, हमारा 69 में. यानी कि 3 ईयर्स के बाद स्टार्ट हुआ फोर्थ प्लान. फिर 69 से 74, 74 से 79, यहाँ पे 2 हुआ. अब 2 के बाद देखो 79 के बाद 79 से स्टार्ट होना था यहाँ पे, लेकिन 79 से स्टार्ट ना होके कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ है, इट वॉज स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम 80 टू 85, 85 टू 90, देन 90 से 92 टू 97, 97 टू 2002. ठीक है, तो आपको ये याद रखना है, क्योंकि एग्जाम्स में ये भी पूछा जा सकता है कि कौन सा प्लान कब स्टार्ट हुआ था और कब ख़त्म हुआ था. ठीक है ना. So these are the focus of the plan principal objective, which I have already told you in the notes, in the form of notes. Okay, now we are moving to that. Actually, we find that the short period objectives of plans are in sync with the long period objectives of plan discussed earlier. So depending upon our needs and means, our planners have been redefining the relative significance of different objectives from plan to plan. On the whole, the focus has been achieved better quality of life across all sections of the society, now popularly known as inclusive growth. Okay, now we are moving to next, that is features of economic policy pursued under planning till 1991. Actually, planning in India has witnessed a marked shift in the economic policy of the government in the year 1991. So accordingly, features of economic policy are often studied separately for the pre-1991 period and post-1991 period. So these are the features of economic policy between the period 1951 to 1991. So first one is heavy reliance on public sector. Actually, economic policy prior to 1991 indicated heavy reliance on public sector, because before 1991, so most ऑफ द पीपल, दैट इज मेन जो हैवी डिपेंडेंस था वो किस पे था, पब्लिक सेक्टर पे था. Thus in industrial policy resolution 1956 as many as 17 industry were reserved for public sector as again 12 इंडस्ट्रीज जो है प्राइवेट सेक्टर के लिए थी. सो इट वॉज रियलाइज दैट द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ सोशलिस्टिक पैटर्न ऑफ सोसाइटी कुड बी अचीव्ड ओनली थ्रू अ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पब्लिक सेक्टर एंटरप्राइज, क्योंकि मेनली जो डिपेंड थे वो पब्लिक सेक्टर पे थे. सो इट शुड बी डेवलप, ओके, बिकॉज हैव ए रिलायंस ऑन द पब्लिक सेक्टर. सेकेंड वन इज regulated development of private sector. Actually, according to Industrial Development and Regulation Act 1948, new industry in the private sector could not be established without a license and registration. इसमें ये एक्ट निकला था कि कोई भी अगर इंडस्ट्री को इस्टेब्लिश होना है तो लाइसेंस और रजिस्ट्रेशन के बिना इट कैन नॉट बी एस्टेब्लिश. So similarly, Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practice Act 1969 placed several restrictions on the expansion of existing industries in the private sector. So regulated development of private sector was to ensure that there was no concentration of economic power in the private hand. कि concentration नहीं होना चाहिए, it should be whole concentration on the private instead of private to the public sectors. Okay. So next one is protection of small scale industry and regulation of large scale industry. Actually, large scale industry was regulated through several acts. That is MRTP. What is the full form of MRTP? That is Monopolistic and Restrictive Trade Practice Act. Small scale industry, on the other hand, was offered protection from competition. Certain areas of production were exclusively reserved for the small scale industry. Besides, financial institutions were developed to cater the needs of financial scale industry. That is several boards जैसे हैंडलूम बोर्ड है, सिल्क बोर्ड है, ये इस्टेब्लिश हुए थे कि ताकि जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री के उसको ग्लोबल मार्केट में हम लोग प्रमोट कर सकें. ठीक है. देन नेक्स्ट वन इज फोकस ऑन सेविंग एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट. जो इनका मेन फोकस था वो था कि सेविंग कर सके और इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सके, बिकॉज एज यू नो द सेविंग एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट वर आइडेंटिफाइड एज द की डिटर्मिनेंट्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ. हाई इंटरेस्ट रेट वर ऑफर्ड टू प्रमोट सेविंग वाइल इन्वेस्टमेंट वर इंड्यूस थ्रू सब्सिडीज एंड कैपिटल ग्रांट्स. ठीक है ना, क्योंकि सेविंग पे अगर जितनी ज़्यादा में इंटरेस्ट रेट मिलेगा तो उससे प्रमोशन होता है, प्रमोट होते हैं कि ठीक है भाई हमें इतना बेनिफिट हो रहा है. Next one is protection from foreign competition. Actually, domestic industry was protected from foreign competition. High import duties and quantitative restrictions were relied on imports. Next one is next topic is achievements and success of planning. Because whatever we have planned, whatever economics we have planned, so how much it was get success. Okay, so first one is increase in national income. Actually, during the period prior to planning, national income of India increased at the rate of just 0.5% per annum. So prior planning 0.5% per annum, that is stagnant economy. Stagnant economy मतलब डेवलपमेंट होता है बट ना के बराबर इसको बोल सकते हो. ठीक है ना. फर्स्ट टारगेट था कि 2.1% हो, लेकिन अचीव कितना हुआ, 4.6%. 12th प्लान में हमारा जो टारगेट था वो था 8% का, 5% का, सॉरी, अचीव कितना हुआ, 6.7%. तो यानी कि हमारा जो नेशनल इनकम था वो इंक्रीज हुआ. नेशनल इनकम क्या होता है, दैट इज इनकम ऑफ ऑल द रेजिडेंट्स ऑफ द इकोनॉमी. ठीक है ना. सेकेंड वन इज इंक्रीज इन पर कैपिटा इनकम. सो फर्स्ट प्लान का अगर हम टारगेट की बात करते हैं, इट वाज जस्ट 2.7% और 12% का था 5.3%. तो इतना हमारा इंक्रीज हुआ है. ठीक है ना. सो ओवर टाइम पर कैपिटा इनकम हैज़ रिकॉर्डेड अ सिग्निफिकेंट राइज. एक्चुअली इट इम्प्लाइज ग्रेटर अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज पर हेड ऑफ पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द कंट्री. जो इंक्रीज इन पर कैपिटा इनकम है, यानी कि जो गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज थे वो हर एक पर्सन के पास ईजिली अवेलेबल थे, जो उनकी बेसिक नीड्स थी. नेक्स्ट है राइजिंग सेविंग एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट. During the 5-year plan, there has been considerable increase in the rate of saving and investment. Next one is growth and diversification of industry. So 7% of per annum था, लेकिन जो अब है हमारा, अगर हम बात करते हैं पूरे ग्लोबल में या वर्ल्ड में, तो हमारी जो इंडिया है वो 10th लार्जेस्ट इंडस्ट्रियल इकोनॉमी है. ठीक है. So during the planning period, growth rate for industrial production has been around 7% per annum, but now it become 10th largest population industrial policy. ठीक है. Now after achievements, इसके कुछ failures थे, failures of planning in India. So first was that high rate of inflation. By and large, we have failed to tackle the inflationary spiral in the country because of high rate of inflation during 5-year plan. So real income of the people has tended to erode. ठीक है. जो भी कहा तो हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि एब्जेक्ट पॉवर्टी, अनकंट्रोल पॉवर्टी थी उस टाइम. अनकंट्रोल पॉवर्टी मीन हम लोग जो है पॉवर्टी, क्योंकि एक तो हाई रेट ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन था, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट क्राइसिस थे. ठीक है. इनएडिक्वेट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर था, सिक्योर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नहीं था. ठीक है. तो इस वजह से जो था पॉवर्टी अनकंट्रोल थी. अनकंट्रोल यानी कि 21.9% जो है BPL से थे और 50% पुअर आर लिव्ड इन इंडिया. ओके. सेकेंड वन इज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट क्राइसिस. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट क्राइसिस का मीन्स है कि while more and more opportunities of employment have been generated, the challenge of unemployment has not been subsidized. At the end of first plan, 53 lakh persons were unemployed. The number rose over to 4 crore at the 11th plan. अगर हम 11th plan की बात करते हैं तो उस टाइम पे 4 करोड़ हो गए. क्यों? क्योंकि पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रही थी. ठीक है ना. This is emerging to be a serious cause of social unrest threatening in the process of growth. Next one is inadequate infrastructure. Actually, development of infrastructure including power, roads, dam, bridges, schools and colleges and hospitals continues to be inadequate despite 67 years of planning. 67 years of planning के बाद भी इसमें कोई भी हमारा चेंज नहीं हुआ. Consequently, actual growth has failed to match the targets of growth. Particularly, shortage of power has been a serious constant in the overall process of the growth and development. Then next one is skewed distribution. Skewed means secured आप बोल सकते हो. That is economic और social equality was considered as a principal goal of planning. Ironical, this has been the principal failure of planning. कि सोचा तो था कि हम equality रखेंगे लेकिन ऐसा नहीं हो पाया. Widening economic and social inequality has compelled the government to offer reservation in jobs to the economically and socially weaker sections of the society. Okay. So these are some failures of planning in India. Now this chapter is finished. Okay. So briefly, as observed by an expert team of UNO, United Nations of Organization, जो implementation था, enforcement था, have been the principal shortcoming of planning in India. Plans are formulated after a good deal of deliberation, but the target are not achieved due to inefficient administration. Okay. So these are some failures of planning. So actually NEP, new economic policy, was redefined the whole framework of policy and program for growth and development. So we will study about NEP in chapter 6. Okay, so now this chapter is finished. Now I will provide you notes of this chapter and also NCERT questions. Okay, thank you class.